Here we go. Texas versus Ohio State, a rematch of that Cotton Bowl semifinal playoff collision when the Buckeyes survived. Both replacing a lot of stars from those teams. Both expect to contend for a championship this season. Welcome, the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the third-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Hermstrom. Let's get this thing underway. Buckeyes will kick this away to get us going. Return starts from inside the 5. Will be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. The Texas Longhorns offense comes on the field first today. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kirk. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. And they're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coach has told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today. I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the senior able to make the stop after a short game.
Chris, I know it's not a huge game. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Sets up as a 3rd and 3 here on this opening possession. Dropping back, it's Manning. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Now here he goes. At the 30 now. Inside the 10. They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a 1st and goal.
What a play here by this offense on 3rd down. Huge play. And the thing that stands out to me, the yards after the catch by this receiver. Almost takes it into the end zone, but he sets up a 1st and goal.
After the big gainer, suddenly a great chance to score. 1st and goal from the 3. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
It is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
The crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, that is a textbook opening drive for this offense. Good job of blending the run with the pass. Had a little more success throwing the football, but when it became crunch time, they gave that ball to that running back, and he knows how to get the ball into the end zone.
And they get set now to try the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Returner decides to field it. Coverage team flying downfield. Not much gained on that return. The Buckeyes offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. And each offense features a star tight end. What an elite matchup of guys who can really hurt defenses in a variety of ways.
When was the last time we did a game where we were excited to watch two tight ends from opposing teams go against each other? But that's what we have today. Both of these guys are elite at their position. Both want to have bragging rights that they're the best in the country. Let's see who can be showcased better today.
Well, Texas and Ohio State, the last time a part of college football history, of course, that classic collision in the Cotton Bowl. Jack Sawyer with the strip sack and scoop and score, the decisive play in an unforgettable football game.
Yeah, one of those big games that you can remember, maybe 2 or 3 plays being the difference in the game. You mentioned a play by Jack Sawyer, of course, at the end of the first half, the screen pass to Trevion Henderson that looked like Ohio State was just trying to not turn the ball over. High percentage throw, ends up going for a touchdown. So the Buckeyes made the plays when they had to be able to get out of there with a win. And anytime you put these two teams on the field together, a ton of NFL talent and athletic ability. Let's see how this one plays out.
He's running out of time here. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. To the air, it's Sayin. The receiver makes the catch. Runs through the defender.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed, but what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. To be brought down to the 46, good enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Receiver in motion now. And at first down, they go right back to him. He's past the marker and still going. They make the tackle, but that's a great pickup on the ground.
Well, Chris, if you go back to yesterday, remember the offensive coordinator, he seemed to be very confident in the script that he put together. Now, we can see why. Controlling the line of scrimmage, allowing his back to have room to run, and when he can run the football like that, get ready for the play action and deep shots downfield.
Now here's the toss play. That's strong run defense. Not much of a gain on the play.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Finds his target. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
You know, they don't pick up the first down here, but they do get some positive yards, and I really like the route to get enough separation to give the quarterback enough room to put it in there.
The Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground here. 0 running stop right at the line of scrimmage.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll feed the back again. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on a hat, and this back, as good as we've seen all year, with the ability to accelerate through the hole, positive yards, play after play here early in the game.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
What an opening drive by this offense, and especially this running back. Every single time they gave him the ball, he's getting positive yards behind that big offensive line. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, you better make some adjustments and do it in a hurry. You got to get more guys committed to the line of scrimmage to stop this run game.
Lining up to try the extra point. And the PAT is good. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. The back's got it on a counter. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Quick throw with the quarterback off the RPO.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And here's the return from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Second down play coming up. Scanning the field. It's Sayan. Tries to get it to the running back. Pump over the middle. It's Peoples. Tackled right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks.
Some really tight windows to throw into for this quarterback with the defense sitting back in zone. But he finds the curl route, and he shows you his arm strength by getting it in there.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. Hand off to the right side. Breaks loose at the 40. They make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 37.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that 1st down loss. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And the ball caroms into the receiver's hands. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A catch and run by the big tight end. What a weapon this guy is. So they find the reliable tight end, and he makes the defense pay that time.
You know, the receivers a lot of times get most of the attention, but don't forget about how potent a tight end can be. When you've got a player like this who can run routes, you've got a serious weapon that they can utilize, and they just did right there.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The PAT is good. They go for touchdown, 14-7. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Turner trying to create good field position. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Back to pass. It's Manning. Running out of time in the pocket. Under pressure, just lets it go.
Well, everybody talks about sacks, and they're very important. But sometimes just the rush, the pressure, affecting the quarterback is just as effective. He didn't have a clean throwing lane, and they forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. It's a shotgun run call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He lets it go. Nice grab there. Would be enough for a first down, but they say he was out of bounds. We got fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, can you really allow this defense to dictate things? And it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw in this play.
And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 31. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick throw to the right. It's caught. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Catch made all the way down inside the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
The offense really clicking here. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense is ready for that one. Good job of being able to hold the edge to this defense, showing the speed that they needed to bring him down. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Here's a jet sweep. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
Hey, they gave up some yards here, but man, that's a pretty good job by this defense against the jet sweep. You see who was carrying the ball there? He can fly. I would argue he's the fastest guy on the field. So you don't give up the big play. You give up a few yards. I think that's a win for the defense.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Dropping back. It's Sayan. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. That gain moves the ball to the 17. First down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. Got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
The Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Trying to keep this impressive drive going, but the loss makes it 2nd down and 14 here. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Catch made by the tight end. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. Net kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And that will extend their lead even further.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. Looking to throw. It's Manning. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. Defense reacts quickly. A very short game on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Short throw complete to the tight end. They wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Can they pick up the first on the ground? The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Pressure is coming. Swarm with a pass rush.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Here comes 3rd and long. Trailing in the game. Giving up that sack earlier could prove to be decisive. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. Breaks into the clear. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. That's a nice conversion here on 3rd down. You got a long way to go, but maybe a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do coming off that nice play.
Longhorns pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. Play-action fake, looking to throw. Makes the catch downfield. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns.
This guy is a matchup problem. You put an undersized safety who can run with the tight end, and he's going to go over top of him. You put a big, strong linebacker on him, and he's going to outrun him. Just a really tough matchup, as you saw right there.
And now the try here for the extra point. The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
Important second down play coming up. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. With the catch, it's Smith. Good enough for the first down at the 37.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to third down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a first down late in the game. The clock will continue to roll.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Catch made on the left side. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Well, the receiver does all the work here. Man, that is easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver, gets the separation, and at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
It's 2nd down after that completion. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Leaning on the run game here late. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the play.
Well, this defense understands the magnitude of this drive right here. That's back-to-back plays. They've stepped up and done a great job. Now it's 3rd down. Can they apply some more pressure to try to get this offense off the field?
A crucial play in this game. It's 3rd down and 2. Try and muscle for the first down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Fire to the right side, complete. And he spins around the defender to earn a few extra yards.
This is all you can hope for, really. The defense does their job. You get the offense back out on the field. It's a one-possession game. It's up to this quarterback and this offense to deliver, and they're off to a good start here.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. To the air. It's Manning. The receiver grabs it. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to stage a dramatic comeback and win the game late. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Chris, this is almost like taking a sack. Talking about a completion for a loss, every yard is precious. So going backwards, obviously counterproductive to say the least.
Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense will make a play here, and they desperately need it. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back, just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Pass rush closing in. Looks to the left, pass caught. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Well, the coaches told us all week, don't be shocked if we use the fullback in the passing game. I thought they were kidding us, but here it is for a first down.
Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Grab down the middle. It's Washington. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management is going to be very important here in the final minutes. They need to score quickly here, try to dial up some big plays. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down. And he steps out of bounds. A heads-up play to stop the clock.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Looking downfield, it's Manning. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? They desperately need it. But to pick up the third and short through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have first and goal right there. And a timeout taken by the offense. 18 seconds on the clock. So now we'll have a field goal attempt. One of the biggest moments of this game so far. And a timeout taken by the defense. 18 seconds left on the clock. This to deadlock the game here in the final minute. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that ties the game in the final minute of regulation.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. The shotgun running play call. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Play of overtime. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Looking right, this one caught. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
The Longhorns will send the offense out to begin overtime. Now they call a run. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. You got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Texas. They jump on top in OT. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
And now the extra point to make this a 7-point game in overtime. PAT puts them in front by 7. So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the catch. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain in that play.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
So here comes a crucial third down play. They have 2 plays to make this, needing a touchdown to stay in the game. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs and especially corners that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play of that corner.
So it all comes down to this 4th down and short. If they don't get it, it's game over. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. 4th down. He's throwing for it. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
So pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4.
Man, this defense is doing a really good job here. They're giving up some completions, but the important thing is they're making tackles and keeping this offense out of the end zone. Force them to be able to execute to get this touchdown.
So here comes a crucial 3rd down play. They have 2 plays to make this, needing a touchdown to stay in the game. Did not get there, and now it's going to bring up 4th down and 1.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
So it all comes down to this 4th down and short. If they don't get it, it's game over. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. caught. Can he get in? They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a first and goal.
Boy, a risky decision here to go for it inside the red zone on fourth down, and you come up with a first down. I love that aggressive approach. Let's see if they can come up with a touchdown here to finish off this drive.
So now it's first and goal. They have to punch it in here to keep this game going. And it's a touchdown. They're an extra point away from double OT, or you go for two and win it right now.
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board, you can either send it to another overtime if you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for two right here.
And now for the crucial extra point to tie this up and force a second overtime. And the extra point was up and good. So one overtime, not enough to decide this one. Here comes the first play of double OT. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Picks up a game here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
The Buckeyes are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Throwing off play action. Grab near the sticks. It's Peoples. They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up under the receivers, the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
So the offense has a 1st and goal now here in the second overtime. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. The Sauk were able to bring him down quickly. Second down and goal upcoming. We're going to score with a run to the right. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Let's see what the call is on this critical 3rd and goal as they try to punch it in overtime. 3rd and goal, looking to throw for it. Makes the grab on the move. In for a touchdown to claim the lead in double overtime. And now a 2-point try coming up.
This is a nice touchdown and a great play call. Just get this receiver in space and let him make people miss and use his speed to get to the end zone. That's what they did here, and it pays off.
So they score the touchdown. Now by rule, they must go for 2 here in second overtime. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he's in there. The conversion is good. Great execution, and it pushes the lead to 8. So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. Looking to throw. It's Manning. Caught for the completion. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Grab made by the tight end. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. It's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
And looking to throw now on first down. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he's in for a touchdown. But still work to do. They need a 2-point conversion to force a third overtime.
Well, the offense has done its job here coming up with this touchdown, and that's a great job. And as you know now, Chris, down by 2, they've got to hit this 2-pointer to be able to tie this game up and send it to a third overtime.
So now the offense must answer with their own 2-point conversion to send us to a third overtime. Looking to pass, it's Manning. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. And he's in there. A clutch play to stay alive and extend this game even further. Okay, so now we've got dueling 2-point conversions from here on out to decide this game. Enormous pressure on every snap. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Oh, no, he is stopped short. They cannot execute the crucial 2-point play. They get the huge stop, and now they go for a 2-point try to win the game right here. On the jet sweep. No, he does not get in. That's a game-saving stop by this defense, and we'll play on. So they set up again, a 2-point try to reclaim the lead deep here in Overton zone. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Grab made by the tight end. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. That's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
And looking to throw now on first down. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he's in for a touchdown. But still work to do. They need a 2-point conversion to force a third overtime.
Well, the offense has done its job here coming up with this touchdown, and that's a great job. And as you know now, Chris, down by 2, they've got to hit this 2-pointer to be able to tie this game up and send it to a third overtime.
So now the offense must answer with their own 2-point conversion to send us to a third overtime. Looking to pass, it's Manning. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. And he's in there. A clutch play to stay alive and extend this game even further. Okay, so now we've got dueling 2-point conversions from here on out to decide this game. Enormous pressure on every snap. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Oh, no, he is stopped short. They cannot execute the crucial two-point play. They get the huge stop, and now they go for a two-point try to time. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. And he's in. They get the two-point conversion to jump on top here deep in overtime. So now this offense must answer from 3 yards out to keep this game alive. Grab behind the line. It's Washington. And he's in there. A clutch play to stay alive and extend this game even further. Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. No, they've stopped him. Great job by this defense. And the two-point try fails. So the defense does the job, and now this offense comes out for a two-point try to win the game right here. And he gets in there to win the game. An overtime classic. Wow. We came in expecting, Kirk, one of the best matchups of the season. In the end, number 1 goes down in a tough battle.
Well, Chris, you and I call these games a lot, and there's always such anticipation, but it's not often that they live up to the hype. You think about the last 5 to 10 years, we've called a bunch of them. This was a great one. I'm just glad we had the pleasure of covering it.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.